So, Liam, how are you?
I'm good.
Wonderful. So, thank you very much. First, real quick, I know you as Justice Democrat Massachusetts on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you in person today.
Yeah, you too, man.
And like I said, the only reason I'm here today is because of you. I heard about it from you. I heard it from your Instagram, which I think you're doing an absolute amazing job with. So just tell me, how did you hear about Justice Democrats and why did you decide to come here today?
So I initially heard about it through independent media, watching shows like Kyle Kalinski's podcast, like Jimmy Dore, like Mike Figueredo's show. And I initially got involved back in January, probably when we first set up Justice Democrats. And from there on out, I started running my, that social media page, Justice Democrats MA.
Real quick, did someone like reach out to you? Did you have to apply for anything, or was that just on your decision?
So somebody else had initially started that page, and then they passed it down to me when they when they had other personal stuff conflicting with that. So they said this guy seems somewhat active and somewhat intelligent, so they passed it down to me. And since back then, it had around 300 followers. Now we've grown to almost 1,800. So,
my goodness.
So that's great.
I'm one of those followers, just to let you know. But good, that's amazing. Okay, so tell us, what is your role? What do you plan for? What is Justice Democrats? Give me a little bit of that. I mean, stuff like that.
So JD right now, Justice Democrats is a federal nonprofit PAC, which means we only accept donations from individual contributions. We don't accept money from corporations. We don't accept money from lobbyists or unions or, any kind of big money political donors that could potentially influence our candidates' decisions. And our goal right now, and what our primary function is we're running, candidates all over the country. Some of our most notable ones being Sarah Smith in Washington, or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in New York, or whether it's Charlo Richardson down in Florida. We have so many different candidates across the country right now, all running for the House, and with Paula Jean Swearengin running for Senate in West Virginia. And the whole point is no corporate money, no big money. It's all funded by the people, so that there's no conflict of interest between any sort of political donors or the public interest or the public good. So the natural incentive for our candidates is that they actually help the people that vote for them, because that's where they're getting their money from, and that's where they're getting their support from.
Yes, which I mean, there is no better description of democracy than what you just said.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The only question and the only thing that I was conflicted by at all with the whole Justice Democrat thing, and I heard about it through the Young Turks. The only thing I'm a little bit conflicted by is I jumped on the bandwagon after Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders himself was not a Democrat. Do you know? I know that you're just the Massachusetts branch of the Justice Democrats. Do you know why they decided to be the Justice Democrats and not just like Justice Democracy, or why is it specifically the Democrats, if you know?
So the reason we're running with the Democratic Party and we're not running an independent campaign, or we're not running with the Greens, the Democratic Socialists, or a third party, and we're not going through the branch of a third party, is because right now, with the insanely corrupt political system we have, we can't get candidates elected in Congress unless we run them through the Democratic Party. And as much as I love the Greens, as much as I love independent politicians like Bernie Sanders, they can't win in massive amounts of numbers like we're trying to do unless we run them through the Democratic Party. So we're still working with the Greens and the DSA and Bernie Sanders and independent politicians as much as we can, and like the Working Party's family and brand new Congress. But we're running them through the Democratic Party because we feel like that's the best way we can win and actually enact reasonable reforms that actually help people, and that's the best way that we can unthrone some of these Democrats that have been in Congress forever and just don't represent their people.
Exactly, and I'm with you in that 1,000% on that, because just like Bernie said throughout his campaign, it doesn't matter what the title is, what party they belong to, bipartisan or whatever. It's all about the actual values. And it doesn't, if you're a Republican and you believe in universal health care, if you believe in gun control, if you believe in, you're pro-choice, all of these things, I don't care what you call yourself.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy.
So that's why it makes sense.
That's why I'm happy that brand new Congress actually is running couple Republicans. Actually, we have Rob Ryerson down in Arkansas, and he's in favor of single-payer health care. He's in favor of, more gun control. He's in favor of free college. He's in favor of non-interventionism.
Sounds like a great Republican to me.
Sounds like an awesome Republican. I'd vote for him.
Of course.
In our revolution, Nina Turner, she said, you know what? Yeah, we'll run Republicans.
Exactly.
If they're progressive, we'll run them.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Any message? I don't have any further questions. I really do appreciate this, and I'm forever grateful for being here. Every Sundays, I'm not going to be able to make every Sundays, probably every other because of work, but any message you have out there for the people, places you want people to follow you, where they can find you, things of that nature.
Perfect. So I'm Justice Democrats MA on Instagram right now. And other than that, what other people could do to support the cause is go to justicedemocrats.com.
Yes.
And you can sign up for our email, and that's a huge help because then you get notified about new candidates that we're running, because we're coming out with new candidates all the time across the country, right? You'll be notified about events in your area, which there's a lot of them all over the place. And you can volunteer too if you're really that interested. You can come to events like we're at right now, or you can help out online. You can help with any of our teams. And if there's somebody in your district, and we're not running anyone in your district right now, you can actually nominate your own candidate, somebody that you would think would be a great fit for Congress.
So I do want to end on that because I know I just said I have no more questions, but this is like the most important part of Justice Democrats is the nominations, is the candidates we do run. Do you know, if I believe there's someone running and I want them to be part of the Justice Democrats, how complicated is the process of me getting them in the Justice Democrat, forum, so other people know about them, so we can vet them? How do we get that?
Nominating a candidate yourself is super, super easy. You go on our website, you click on the nominate button, and then you can tell us all about the candidate, where to find them, what their name is, what their phone number is, what their website is, what their occupation is, all this information about them, and why you think they should run for Congress. From there on out, we have ground teams like here.
Yes.
Do research on those candidates, and we go through all these different names that people have nominated, and we select the best one from all of our volunteers around the country, and we sift through all the suggestions and all the nominations we've gotten for candidates, and then we find the most ideal ones to run in that district, whether that's somebody that we think might need to say, their rhetoric might have to be more bipartisan, or someone that's uber progressive, uber liberal, uber lefty, you know? So we find the best fit for each district, and all of them are progressive. So that's how we select nominee candidates.
To end this, I have to say, what I'm very happy about is that we're actually, I'm huge, I want this to be the utopian world of whatever, right? But I love the fact that you guys are actually practical. It's not all about in the clouds. You have to believe in, income inequality for everybody, and that's going to happen tomorrow. You guys are very practical. You guys choose your candidates. Mm-hmm. You guys are funneling money. You guys are doing the actual work that needs to be done for things to happen. I have to say, Liam, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.